there's probably a greater likelihood the House flips than the Senate. Senate races are just different. They're statewide. Candidate quality has a lot to do with the outcome. Right now we have a 50-50 Senate in a 50-50 country. But I think when all is said and done this fall, we're likely to have an extremely close Senate, either our side up slightly or their side up slightly.
Well, there you have that warning from Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell about the midterms, as new polling in 2 key states showed Democrats edging out their Republican competition. In Wisconsin, Republican Senator Ron Johnson narrowly trails his opponent. In Arizona, Democrat Senator Mark Kelly has an 8-point lead over Republican Blake Masters. It's a different picture in the battle for control of the House, however, with Fox News predicting a GOP majority next term. Let's bring in Indiana Republican Congressman Jim Banks. He serves as chair of the Republican Study Committee. Congressman, thank you for joining us. It seems to me like you have Mitch McConnell out there trying to tamp down expectations. What do you make of that?
Well, we have high expectations to win back the House Republican majority and retire Nancy Pelosi, send her back to San Francisco forever, and take the Speaker's gavel away from her. And I think the big reason why, Trace, is because we're hyper-focused on an America First Trump agenda that worked for 4 years when Donald Trump was in the White House that the American people are begging to go back to. I'm talking about $2.50 for a gallon of gas and being energy independent again, addressing the border and securing the border, addressing crime, addressing all of the big issues that the American people care about. And that's why Republicans are on the cusp, because the contrast is so great between what we achieved and focused on to put working families, working class Americans first for 4 years versus what they're enduring today.
I know you focus on these numbers a lot. I'm wondering, when you look at some of these races in Arizona and Wisconsin, why are these Democratic candidates running, in fact, outrunning President Biden's numbers? Is it because they're running away from President Biden himself?
Well, remember, there's a long ways to go. I mean, you take Ohio, for example, and you look at the Democrat there is trying to pretend to be a pro-Trump Democrat. I mean, his ads are talking about supporting the Trump agenda. And the longer it goes between now and November, when that record is exposed and the voters in Ohio find out, just like they will in Arizona, other key battleground states, that these Democrats are on the radical left-wing end of the Socialist Democrat Party, those numbers are going to change in a hurry, I believe. So the American people, 90% of the American people are saying that America is on the wrong track. I mean, this is a throw the bums out election. Get rid of the Democrats who are controlling this country and sending it over the cliff. That's going to be the reality that the Democrats are facing in the midterm election.
Which is my next question, Congressman. I mean, you're exactly right. It's been in the high 80s, the low 80s, the mid 80s now for months about Americans who think this country is on the wrong track. And yet you have these polls that are neck and neck. And here's what the White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klain, said, quoting here: "We have an extreme MAGA group in the Republican Party that has no real plan to bring down inflation. I think that choice is between a party that's standing up to special interest and delivering change and an extreme party." If they mean change, are they talking about inflation? Are they talking about open borders? Are they talking about crime? Because things are not going well in this country, and yet these Democratic candidates happen to be winning in a lot of these races that are unexpected. Is it messaging? Are the Republicans not doing a very good job?
Again, a long ways to go. But if Ultra MAGA is $2.50 for a gallon of gas, sign me up. And most Americans want so desperately to go back to that as well. And the longer this goes, remember, there are several weeks left before Election Day, as the voters in these key swing states realize that the Democrats are so divorced from the realities that face working class Americans, blue collar Americans who work jobs with an hourly wage, the more likely they're going to vote for Republicans. I mean, that's just the reality. So I largely dismiss these poll numbers today because there's a long ways to go. And some of these Democrat candidates in Ohio and in Arizona, other states, are lying to the American people, and those lies will be exposed.
And I guess the reason I ask, Congressman, is because, you know, we've been hearing this for a long time. First, inflation wasn't really inflation. Recession's not really recession. They've got this, this new act they say is going to bring down inflation. And oh, by the way, it's also going to bring up, energy independence in this country. And you think, well, how is that? There's this constant sales pitch that's going on. It's largely inaccurate, but appears to be working. Am I wrong on that?
Well, again, my advice to Republican candidates, whether they're running for the Senate or the House, is to run on the Trump agenda. It's a very popular agenda. Energy independence, securing the border, tough on crime, restoring the strength of America's military. Those are winning issues today more than ever. So I'm not going to give advice to Senate Republican leadership, but if they didn't ask for it, but if I did, it would be run on the very popular Trump agenda, and you're going to win.
Yeah, Congressman, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.